And let's talk a little bit more about that because, there's a lot of controversy around NFTs. I'm certainly an extremely big believer in the technology going forward because we need a way to put, value and ownership of digital assets on the blockchain. How do you see NFTs panning out, and especially from within Sandbox?
So we've been very attached from day one to showcase the utility of NFTs in Sandbox. We never said they were like just collectibles, they were like gateway to many things, but you couldn't access them. We're very practical. Like you own the land, you can use the land as a virtual real estate to develop and publish your experience. You own an avatar, you can use it and play it. And now like immediately as you buy it, you can play it into experiences where you will collect rewards by completing quests and meeting other users. All of that, I think, contributes towards like demonstrating for people like NFTs are tangible assets and the metaverse is tangible. Like it's not a far-fetched concept of science fiction inspired movie where like we do things that are far from real. No, it is like a lot of like immersive and social interaction, gamified as you complete quests and progress toward like accomplishing goals to earn rewards. And you explore all sorts of experiences that range from like landmarks, galleries, art museum, gameplays, virtual concerts, virtual shows, but also touch topics of our life like events, education, and work now.
And what you said there was important. What I've been doing for the last couple of years is delving into the world of virtual concerts in the metaverse, seeing where this is going to go. I mean, I believe that the metaverse is a wonderful potential, but we need attractions, we need utility, we need stickiness. I'm not so much of a gamer. I haven't been a gamer since I was sort of in my teens. Obviously, an awful lot of people all around the world are. But, apart from gaming and apart from events and things like that, where else do you see in the future of the metaverse, how else we're going to bring people in and keep them there and make it sticky?
So what else do we see? Like fun. Like let's be real. Like we know that at the core should be products that enable creators to build a layer of fun. We don't necessarily know what's fun ourselves, but like by providing the tools to make fun things for creator, to push the boundaries of their imagination, to develop a new format of entertainment, they will figure it out. And we bring a lot of brands and culture for them to be able to remix into their own world. We surface content that would not typically be found. We create a space where many characters, like behind me, can be mix and exist together as you've never seen before anywhere else. And that's new. And we find that people come back into Sandbox for the social interaction they have, the new friendship they develop, and the kind of light, casual gameplay they can do, such as like platforming, treasure hunting, or exploration. Now we want to add much more. We've seen like success of Roblox, success of Fortnite, and all those Roblox top games is essentially around like parkour game, a battle royale game, etc. So those are things that are possible soon in Sandbox as well, as like Game Maker, the core product of Sandbox, is evolving to enable more of those possibilities. I think it's important to push people to go beyond just like let's come once, but let's come many times. That can be by reward, that can be achieved by a sense of progression and achievement, that can be achieved by essentially like offering like places and location where like they are indeed, like you say, like they discover things they would not see in the physical world, or adding value, or like who they can connect with, what kind of action they can do.
I mean, I think the wonderful thing about the metaverse is that it is in some ways like the world that we wish we had without the limitations of what we have. In the metaverse, you can appear as whatever you want. You want to be taller in my case, maybe. You may be a different gender. You want to be some fantastical character, you can do it. You want to fly, you can do it. What do you see is where some people are sort of pushing the boundaries of using the metaverse to do things that they can't really do in real life? I mean, obviously, socializing with people from all around the world. Okay, people have been doing that in games, but it brings that to another level. But then creating something kind of together, I see that as being something special.
Yeah, but you're right in saying like in the metaverse you have for the first time ever the ability to choose your digital identity, and that identity could be not just like a human representation that looks like yourself, but can be totally crazy. Like we bring even some of the most official brands, like Care Bears. You can play as a rabbit. You can play as like Ken from Feast of the North Star, for example, or Gordon Ramsay, or your favorite celebrity, Steve Aoki, Snoop Dogg. So that's some examples. You can, I think like that's interesting to play in that world where you cross all those different diverse and inclusive representation. We're seeing people use metaverse as well as a force for driving positive impact, inclusion, diversity. Like I just was seeing today the announcement of like Amnesty International announcing the first virtual protest in Sandbox on land by a creator called Vistaverse, which is a way to show like, wow, the metaverse can be a way where we can peacefully express or support certain causes, no matter where we are in the world, and show like how they matter to us, no matter our identity as well. That's, I think, something strong that I think will set a precedent. We've seen people finding their jobs through their avatar in the metaverse. We've seen people organizing weddings in the metaverse already. We've seen art pieces where people contributed like a word of like, there is an artist called Coco Van, which created she goes into various cities in the physical world. She has this roll of paper and people can write anything they like on the paper, just like poems or message of peace and love to the rest of the world. And over the year, it became an 800-meter long roll, which is way too long to be transported. I think it weighs almost 1 ton now. And in the metaverse, people can access it, can contribute from anywhere they are, see of those moments. We've seen museums that have been recreated in Sandbox where they are actually being closed for renovation. Landmarks and monuments. Shibuya 109 in Japan is present, and so it's a way to make more accessible and engage not just concerts or games, but also to launch new digital creator, to bring more culture. We have the first. Yesterday was announced the Hong Kong Philharmonic Orchestra is going to perform the first Metaverse Symphony, so playing live orchestra music. You can imagine that, and live creation behind. I feel it has the force to inspire us to do good and like to show different form of gameplays that no longer you can find on traditional platforms.
That's really cool. That's very, very cool.